Good morning, Natasha. This is the Breville Barista Touch BES 880. Just gonna do a quick latte this morning to show you around the machine and confirm that it's in good nick. I'm sure you've seen the photos, but yeah, I would say this is a very clean machine. Apart from the light scratches here and here, I would give it a 10 out of 10 uh, if it weren't for these scratches. Yeah, very clean. I've just finished doing the service and the back flush on the D-scale and the grinder alignment, so it's ready to go pretty much. I'll start by doing a blank shot, which is a press of the double shot button or pretty much hot water through the handle without any coffee, and that's just to warm up the machine, warm up the handle, and if you have your cup under it as well, it'll warm up the cup as well. Put it in tight. Brew. It'll also clean any coffee dirt or oils, so it's a good step. I like to do it every morning. It'll go to 30 seconds. You can stop at any time. So be sure when you take out your cups, obviously, not to scratch the finish if you want to keep it clean. Yeah. So I'm going to keep the hot water in the cup for now. And I'll grab the portafilter and empty it. You want to grab a tissue and dry the portafilter before you start grinding. I'm using the Aldi beans, the Aldi brand, it's called the Lazio. It's okay, I guess. It's not the best, but it's not the worst either. I would say if you can, try to go for freshly roasted beans, so from your local roaster or local cafe. Those will probably taste a bit better. You will notice if you use stale beans or old beans, the coffee will come out very quickly and it'll taste horrible. So fresher the better. I have a scale here just to measure the grind amount. You don't really need a scale, you just need to pretty much learn the correct amount over time. It's pretty much muscle memory, but if you want to be consistent, you can get a scale. So I have a scale here. So I'm gonna grind and then I'm gonna press it halfway, and then I'm gonna grind again. I like to do this just to prevent any mess and keep it consistent. It'll resume and continue from where you left off. There we go, it'll beep when it's done. I'm gonna flatten the mound with my palm, and then I'm gonna take out the tamper and try to tamp it firmly and evenly all around. So just to keep it consistent, constant pressure. There we go, looks beautiful. Let's measure that. It should be at about 18 grams. There we go, it's exactly 18 grams. The closer you are to 18 grams, the better. This is a rough guide because this basket, it's the double cup basket. You also have the single cup, and these are the unpressurized. Your machine also comes with a pressurized basket in case you want to use pre-ground beans or decaffeinated beans. Pre-ground coffee or decaffeinated coffee grounds. Those ones usually come very coarse if you buy them from the store. And if you grind your own beans, you can use the single wall, they'll taste a bit better. This is the single wall 2 cup. Yeah, so if you don't have a scale, it's very, very easy to get it right by looking at the line on the tamper, you know, the line between the silver and the black. This is like a rough guide on how deep the tamper should go after you've pressed it down. So I've pressed it down pretty much firmly with all I can. And as you can see, it's literally as deep as this silver cap, which is about half a centimeter from the edge. I hope this is clear on the video. And you can see it's polished and consistent all around. Clean the edges as well before you put it on the machine. And you want to push it tightly, but not extremely tightly. So pretty much with one hand only. So this is at about 6 o'clock, dead straight. Sometimes it can go for more if you put less coffee. I'm gonna grab my mug here. I'm gonna dump out the hot water from it. You can use, by the way, you can use a hot water tap to put hot water in your cup if you want a long black or what they call an Americano. Or if you want to brew some tea bags or something, you can use the hot water function. I like to add a touch of hot water to the bottom of my cup before I add my sugar, because it'll help it dissolve. Before putting your espresso, you want to add your sugar, your hazelnut syrup, or what you want. Where's the sugar? Sweet. Just gonna mix it up with a small spoon, a teaspoon. So I use the scale for measuring the grind amount. I can also use it to measure the brew amount. And like a good rule of thumb, I don't want to make this complicated. A good rule of thumb is a 2-to-1 ratio. So if you grind 18, you should get liquid espresso that's double that. So 18 times 2. I want to get 36 grams of liquid espresso in the 30 seconds that the machine brews for. You can change that duration in the settings, but you want to get consistent, slow, consistent pour of espresso over a total of 36, maybe 40 grams over the 30-second period. So I'll calibrate my scale, and then with this grind, which is at number 9 at the moment, it goes from 1 to 30, I think. 30 being the coarsest, 1 being the finest. So I'm aiming for about 40 grams of coffee. And I've adjusted it to number 9 here on the screen. I don't know, you probably can't see it because of the brightness, but it says number 9 here, which is what I think is a good setting for this bean. You might want to change that over time, or maybe with different beans. You just want to get consistent shots, and you want it to flow properly, not too slow. If it's flowing in black drops, then that's too slow, like black drops. And if it's really quick, if it's like a gushing out of the spout, like a river, then that's way too fast. So you want it to be in the middle, sort of a golden pour, like a consistent thin stream. And let's see if we've achieved that today. There we go. It's a nice pour. I don't know if you can see. It's nice and slow. It's golden in color. Can you see that? I think that's perfect. I'm gonna keep it going. I think it's gonna reach about 40, maybe a bit more. I'll keep it going. There we go. Beeps when it's done. That looks beautiful. That's exactly 40. I don't know what's happening today. I kid you not, it's 40.0. Yeah, these machines have a built-in sensor as well for the volume, so you can change it to the volume, I believe, not just the time. And they're pretty consistent because of that. It's the same with the grind, that they have a number of rotations that they go through That's why they get really consistent. Okay, let's do the milk now. With the milk, you can it's pretty much hands-free. You can just get your jug. Select your temperature. It's at 65 by default. Select your froth. The more bubbly and volumetric, the flatter the milk. So I'll keep it in the middle out of 5, which is not too frothy, not too flat. And temperature, yeah, I guess 65 would be a good range, a good number. You want to put your metal milk jug on here. Unfortunately, this won't work with ceramic milk jugs, but your machine comes with a metal milk jug, so it doesn't matter. You want to put it on this button here, so dunk it in, and try to place it on the button, and then just press milk. It'll do the rest. So this is my personal jug. Your jug unfortunately won't have this, but it doesn't really matter because it has a sensor on the wand anyway. There we go, 65. I'm gonna take it out, and this is important. Before you do anything, just grab a wet towel or a tissue. A tissue would work. So grab a tissue and wipe the wand straight away. Because it gets hot and the milk could stick there forever. And the milk could stick if you don't wipe it off straight away. I've done that mistake quite a few times. And when you push it down, it usually cleans itself, so you'll see it purging water. It says auto clean, so it'll pump water, just clean that milk on the inside, which is very nice. And just wipe it once more right here. Clear any spill. And that's our latte. I'll grab the espresso shot here and the milk. I'm just going to knock it down and swirl it around to break any bubbles. I don't know if I told you, but usually try to use cold full cream milk, or at least any type of cold milk. That'll help it with the frothing ability, better than warm milk or room temperature milk. There we go. That's all. I hope you enjoy the machine. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I'll show you the result. Here it is. Yeah, I'll send it off to the post soon, and I hope you enjoy it. Cheers.